Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm super excited to do the demo and review for the Haus Labs by Lady Gaga. This is the Triclone Skin Tech Concealer Corrector. It looks like this. I went with the shade 21 Light Medium Neutral. It's got a kind of flat doe foot applicator. Let's see what it says about this product. So it's $32. I got mine from Sephora. It says it's the Triclone Skin Tech Hydrating Depuffing Concealer with fermented arnica. Okay, so that's kind of the big selling point with her concealer. There's lots and lots of shades. There should be a shade for everybody. Definitely good shade range, inclusive. It's clean at Sephora, it's vegan, it's hydrating, natural finish, good for dark circles. Says it is long wear, concealer visibly blurs, brightens, conceals with medium buildable coverage, helps depuffing after 2 weeks. Coverage is medium with natural finish, has niacinamide, fermented arnica, fermented arnica, hyaluronic acid complex as well. So that is the concealer. They also do a concealer brush as well, which is $28. I did not pick that up, but that looks good also. So let's just hop into it then. Go in with the Tarte Shape Tape Corrector. I'm going to do a couple of dots just so to help kind of cancel out some of my darkness. Okay. So I've been enjoying using a brush lately and my ring finger. I typically always use my ring finger. That's just my application method. But I like to start with this brush to kind of pat out the product. So that way I don't have excessive amounts of product. Less is more, guys. Definitely important. Have my eye creams on as always. And then I just kind of melt the rest in with my ring finger to give it kind of a natural look for the corrector. I could do more, but I kind of want you guys to see what this concealer is capable of or not capable of. I've been testing it for a while. I have tested it without a color corrector, and it definitely still needs one for me. That's just my opinion. So I'm gonna scrape off some of the product here. It's kind of an interesting flat doe foot applicator. Again, I went with color 21 Light Medium Neutral, and I'm just gonna go straight in for you. All right. I do like her packaging. I will say that the Lady Gaga packaging is really cute. It has a little Haus Lab here. I did want to mention that. Also, I'm gonna do it again, starting with the brush and then patting the rest out with my ring finger. That way it melts into the skin, but this way I don't get overuse of product. With this product, less is more. It does have that arnica, so it is supposed to help with under eyes quite a bit. I think it's the only product I've heard of with arnica in it. So that is the coverage. It is just one dot on the inner and the outer of my eye. Okay, so as you can see, you see quite a lot of my darkness still peeking through. I'm gonna do a second set of dots just where I need it and then blending out with my ring finger. That way I get the most coverage. It's definitely a medium coverage concealer. It can be built up. I just don't like to build it up. I find that it tends to look a little crazy when built up. Just working that in. Looking nice and blended. Okay. All right. So on top of that, I did also get the Haus Labs Bio Blurring Loose Setting Powder. I went with Natural Peach. This has a cool little net sifter. I know there's a lot of people who don't like net sifters. I do. I am going to go in with my little elf puff here. I love this stupid little guy. Just kind of dip in for you guys so you guys can see, and then I like to work whatever on the back of my hand. That way the product isn't all over the place. And then I go straight into my eye. It gives a nice bit of brightness. Really like this powder. I'm not going to do a separate review on the powder. I thought about it. I have been searching high and low for the best setting powder, and this is so far my best choice. Okay, so about the powder, there is 5 shades. Again, I went with Neutral Peach. What it says about this particular powder, again, it's light coverage, clean at Sephora, vegan. It is loose powder and cruelty free. It is a clean skincare infused loose powder that blurs imperfections, smooth skins, and optimizes makeup performance, and 5 talc-free shades. So yeah, I don't know what it is about this little magical powder, but I love it. It is $38. Hello guys, with the power of YouTube, all my makeup is on, and I'm ready to talk about the Haus Labs concealer. Again, this concealer's got a super long name. It's Triclone Skin Tech Concealer Corrector. My thoughts. I have a lot. I have mixed feelings about this concealer. Some days I like it, some days I don't. I think if you don't set it, it would be better. I think if you're gonna set it, you can only set it with her powder, because otherwise it's a complete mess. I'm gonna get a little closer for you guys so you guys can see. I have set it and it's still creasing. Yes, that's my eye fold, but you can also see that there's makeup in it. I don't know if that's translating in camera as well as I would like, but you can see that it's makeup settling. It is also drying right here, just ever so slightly. I do have to set my concealers. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I cannot not set a concealer. That's just how it works for me. If I don't set it, then I get makeup traveling and melting, and even though I have drier under eyes, it just becomes a huge mess. I think this is a pretty concealer. I think that the fact that I have to do more layers, I don't like. I did wear it with a corrector, so it definitely looks way brighter today and great under the eye. On film, it translates really well. In person, it does look like it's gathering ever so slightly. I still think this concealer is a go. I still think you guys should try it. I do really like it. I think if you're someone who doesn't ever set your concealer, this could be your new love affair. I've heard nothing but great things about her foundation as well. I don't wear liquid foundation, so I can't speak to that. But the real hidden gem for me, which I wasn't even going to talk about really, is the Bio Blur Loose Setting Powder in Neutral Peach. This is amazing. I don't know why people aren't talking about this powder. It's really, really good. It's one of the better ones I've tried out there, and I've tried a lot. I think this is better than the Hourglass one, 100%, and it's way less money than the Hourglass one. So if you're looking for a new setting powder for under your eyes, go for this one. It'll set your face too. Obviously, I went with a color that's lighter, so it could be for my under eyes, but you could go with a skin-like color if that's what you want, but I am using it for brightening under the eyes and setting my eyes, and it works amazing. I am also switching up my under eye routine a little bit more and more, just to make some of these concealers look the best they can. With my under eye, I have finally committed to the Charlotte Tilbury powder. Yes, it's expensive. I only bought the mini because I'm only using it under my eyes to brighten up this area. And I still use the KVD, their highlight powder as well, their banana shade. So I use all of those. I use typically 2 brighteners and then a setting powder to kind of set the product, and then to help blur the product, just to give my under eyes the best look they can have. It really does make a difference, all these extra stupid little steps and things that I'm doing. But the concealer, The consistency is pretty. I'm going to do just a little on the back of my hand so you guys can kind of see it maybe a little closer so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. When you work it in, it's really pretty and it melts right in. This is why I think if you didn't have to set it, it would be even better than it is for somebody who has to set. It gives you kind of this beautiful natural skin-like finish and it just melts in, which is great. For me, it's definitely only medium coverage. If you need full coverage, this is not going to work for you. And I still recommend, if you're someone who wears a color corrector regularly, to wear a color corrector with this concealer. I'm still on the fence and I might keep it in the collection just to keep working with it and seeing if I can eventually get to a point where I don't need to set it, or if I only set my inner tear duct, which is normally all I do anyways, but we will see. I just think for me, it's probably a no because of all this gathering under here that it's doing and creasing and creping a little bit. I have eye serum on and an eye cream, so it's not my under eye products. I have her powder. I do think it sets better with her powder. I have tried it with about 5 other powders and it does not set at all well with those. Extremely dry, creasing immediately, crepiness, and just not cute. So I like the concealer. I think it's a good concealer. I think you should still try it, especially if you're someone who doesn't need a whole lot of concealer or someone who doesn't set your concealer. This will be probably your favorite. I like the ingredients and I like the technology behind the concealers. Concealers are coming a long way. It still has not dethroned mycosis, but it definitely is a good option and I think you guys should check it out. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I post a new video every Tuesday and the description box will always be my Instagram for daily posts, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.